Okay. I think we're live for real this time, Jordan.
Amazing.
Maybe. I am refreshing the channel on my phone to find out for sure. Yes. We're on the internet.
Okay.
Hi, internet.
Hello, Internet.
Welcome
to Dreffled.
Is that the name? That's the name of the, like...
This little area, see this right here says Dreffled.
Oh, okay.
So this little sort of county of this board that we're fighting in is Dreffled.
I was going to say, that is not a particularly, like, majestic name for the giant fantasy world this game is set in.
No. As you can see,
it's just a little valley.
Gray hills. Yeah, this is just a little valley.
Got it. Okay.
Part of the South Fjordland. So we are playing...
Should we actually...
Burning Banners.
I wonder if it would fit. You can keep talking. I wonder if it would fit well.
Rage of the Witch King.
And then I can...
Witch Queen, excuse me.
Hey, look at that.
And essentially what this game is, this is a game from Christopher Moeller and Compass Games. And it is an entire story of a conflict between 6 different fantasy factions over a period of 10 years in this fantasy world that is called Kalar.
That sounds more like Fantasy World.
There you go. And so there's basically just a bunch of different scenarios that are connected by this narrative. And there are sort of 2 different ways to play it. We're playing the standalone scenario called The Invasion of Dreffled. And I don't want to get too
So it is
much...
Dreffled that we're warring over here.
We're warring over Dreffled
Okay.
in this particular fight.
I see.
Yes. And effectively what's happening is I, as the Fjordland, one of the different nations involved in this conflict, am invading you, the Oathborn, and your home of Dreffled. And I feel very good about that. I don't see any problems. I think it's fine.
Seems
And so
pretty...
you'll see here,
rude to me.
I'm coming from, this is sort of the South Fjordland right here. Mm-hmm. And I have these 2 settlements. I have Norstead and Far Tumed. And we're going to be coming south and invading you in the Grey Hills and in Dreffled here. This is sort of your territory. And we should mention what's cool about this game is that it plays on a giant map of which this is 1/4.
Right.
And I showed you the whole map, and you might have seen it if you saw the fake stream that we started a moment ago.
Yeah. If that was actually streaming and I was wrong to turn it off, then you saw it.
Right. Which is like, so, this is like 1/4 of the whole map, and, you'll fight in different portions of it. And it's all, I think, hand-drawn, and it's really pretty. I think it's drawn very well. All right, so...
I mean, it's at least seeing it up close is very pretty. When I first looked it up because you were suggesting we try this game, my first reaction was, this is the brownest game I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, that's fair.
Pretty brown.
It is brown, especially these sort of basic hexes.
I think it's frankly looking better on this stream, and with the lighting and stuff that I like, the pretty white lighting and everything we have set up. It looks better here than it does in the pictures on BGG.
Great.
So, yeah.
Nice. I'm sure Compass Games will be delighted that we're doing this.
I look forward to their congratulatory email. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So I don't know what you want to do. Do you want to should we just start playing? What do you want to teach? What are you feeling?
I mean, I definitely am not. I have not mastered the details here. If it's a play as we go, that's fine. But expect it to be a lot of filling in as we go.
Yeah. We can do a very brief teach here. So, in this campaign, the book provides a bunch of information about what's going to happen here. And so you'll see we have information about our 2 factions. This is sort of our setting up information. So this is your setup and my setup. We have this season display here, which shows that you're the first player and I'm the second player. And in theory, there could be 6 players. It shows the season track. So we're starting in spring of year 1 of this fight, and we're just going to play through autumn, so only 3 turns.
Got it.
This is the income track. I start slightly more prosperous than you on the
income
track. So
I was thinking I was the one who started with more income, but income increases downward.
Indeed.
That's a choice.
And then we each have our faction boards, which show all of the different units that we can build into the fight and their various costs. Mm-hmm. And then these are our control markers that show, and as we talked about, I control these 2 cities here, and you have 1 down here. And you also control this one, which is because it's just printed on the board. So anything that's printed on the board, you just control. And
Yeah, so I have Shaded Vale and Zarenbar.
and
You
I also have Barless on the lake, which
okay.
is down here, which has a printed control marker.
The name of the river down here, at least I think that's what's labeled, is Rushkill, which is a great name for a fantasy river.
Yeah, it's
The
cool.
Rushkill River.
It's like a tributary of the Shar River.
Yeah, but I think Rushkill is a better name than Shar.
For sure. Okay. And so one of the other bits of setup, and I think you'll be setting up first here, is that you start by building some cost worth of units.
Okay.
And so you have 6 gold of units that you can build.
That doesn't look like it goes very far.
It doesn't, but I'm going to point out a few things to you. One is that your miners can get you more gold. So if you wanted to build some miners, that's a mechanic that only you
Oathborn
have.
only mechanic. Yeah. Where do they?
And so there you have 2 mines here. You have the
with that-
Dwarven
with that
Falls
mine symbol,
and the
okay.
Endless Paths down here. At least those are the only ones local to this area.
And it's a passive of mine that it does not cost me extra movement to get through the mountains. So
That is one of your
that,
passive
at a glance
abilities.
looks like that would be hard to get to, but it shouldn't actually be too bad because of that.
And my abilities are I can take ship movement for free, which normally that's your whole action for each unit would be if you wanted to do ship movement. And secondly, my rangers get 1 additional white die when occupying or attacking into forests, and have no movement penalty on forests.
Okay. It doesn't look like I need to go too close to the forests very often here. I guess. And
Pretty
they're
close.
ranged.
They are ranged, but their range is basically just means 1 hex over, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
So they can't get Zarenbar from those woods.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the goal is at the end of the 3 seasons, or 3 turns each,
Whoever controls
to have the most settlements. And so there's the 3 we've labeled. There's these 2, and what's this neutral Fort Gorod? Where is that?
Fort Gorod is
Oh, it's
here.
over here. Okay.
And in fact, in our game, it says the only settlements that may be attacked or occupied are the ones we already control and Fort Gorod.
Yeah, so we almost, even though this is 1/4 of the big map, we're almost playing on half of it.
Yeah.
Like we could probably leave this book here if we want it to reference and just kind of cover this part of the map that we probably won't be interacting with.
I mean, I might be trying to like take the water and coming around
Sure.
you because
Yeah.
I have some free water movement. But yeah, we'll see.
We will. Okay, I have to go first.
To
Does
do
that mean
your
I also
6
have to
gold
build my army first?
Yes, you have to build your 6 gold, and then I have 15 gold with which to build.
And these units start in my settlements?
Right. So when you build units, you can either build them in a settlement or adjacent to a settlement that you control,
Okay.
basically.
So I can build some miners very close to the mines. And then they have, okay, the numbers in the lower right corner, that's essentially their movement speed, you said, right?
Yes, that is their movement. Yeah, basically their movement speed.
And they can move and take another action?
They can move and
on
take
their-
another
each
action.
turn? Okay.
And yeah, and the other actions are, I think this is the play right here, but basically most of the time it's going to be probably attack.
Right.
But your miners have a special work a mine action that give you 1 gold.
And attack says attack an adjacent hostile settlement or army, which makes me think if you have 1 range, it's actually 2 spaces.
That may be so.
1 more than adjacent. Unless it still is adjacent but is ranged for the purpose of, card play and stuff. I don't know.
I will double check what range means. I think range actually just means you win a tie.
Oh.
Yeah, we haven't covered how combat works.
No, not really.
It's basically just whoever wins the combat deals a hit to the other unit. And
Yeah, so
it's like whoever has more successes.
yeah, I mean
deals a hit.
there's the combat sequence here on this reference, and it doesn't look too complicated.
No.
Especially if we ignore the magic steps, since we are not playing the advanced game. So we check whether the attacking or defending army has the stealth keyword, in which case it's an ambush. But
Right.
if not,
And one of your units does have stealth. It's your dragon. Dragon.
Oh,
swords.
that's that.
That little lightning bolt means stealth.
it's an odd choice of a symbol to represent stealth. But sure, okay. I would not have guessed that
What?
that's, especially because they're dragon slayers. They don't sound stealthy either. You sure that's stealth?
Yeah.
Oh, it actually, okay, yeah, it says stealth. It's printed on the tray here where these pieces sit. It does say stealth.
Yeah. So if you have
Who knew?
stealth, you can declare an ambush, which means that instead of rolling dice simultaneously, you hit first.
Okay, yeah. And then if it's not an ambush, both players roll dice equal to their combat rating, which is printed on these. It's the black and white pips, right?
Yep.
And then determine the results of the combat. If there's a loser, it receives hits. If the attacker wins, it must advance into the defender's hex if emptied. And then strikes here, it details. Oh wait, no, strikes. I'm not sure what strikes are.
Strike is a different action, I think. So a strike can target a. See, a strike is not an opposed roll. Only the player making the strike rolls a die.
It says, I see. So the strikes are used in the ambush thing, where one person goes in the other. It calls that a strike. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we'll get to that if it happens. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we roll a bunch of dice at each other, and whoever rolls the most hits wins and resolves hits equal to the difference? This doesn't actually clarify.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
But we're going to figure it out as we go. We're not worried.
No.
Just because this rulebook is 58 pages.
I would never worry about a 58-page rulebook hex grid war game.
I mean, it is a big rulebook, but I think it's a simple game. I don't know. Some of this is like special abilities and stuff.
I see a decent amount of flavor text in there too, frankly.
Flavor text.
Yeah, like half page boxes of like, these are what these orcs are up to.
Yep, totally.
Speaking of which, does our scenario have any flavor text? That's going to inform my setup. The Jarl of the Eastern Marches felt that Drefeld should be settled by humans. Olgar Sundelver, the Dwarven King of Drefeld, objected. That's the extent of it here. I did it when we were flipping through this. Some of these have like an entire page of setup, but this one is 2 sentences. You think this should belong to the humans. I think it should not. Sure. Yeah. Okay. How about for what I am claiming at this moment will be my final question before I set up my units.
Okay.
What does attacking settlements do? Do you resolve combat against a settlement even if there's no units in it, or do you just automatically win, or how do we actually take control of these settlements?
That is such a good question that you would definitely think I would know the answer to. All right, so if you move into... Okay, sorry. So settlements may or may not be fortified. The symbol for fortification is this rook. This is a normal fortification right here.
Okay.
It's a circle. You can't probably see this on here. This one, which this isn't in our game. I don't think any of our actual settlements have this, but this little like star-studded circle is magically fortified.
That is definitely not going to play on camera. That barely plays in my eyes.
There you go. So that's the difference between those two. So that means fortified. If it doesn't have that, it's not fortified. Okay. So that much I know. All right, so okay,
that's tangentially related to the question.
That is definitely related. So, okay, so that garrisons help defend settlements. If after receiving 1 or more hits in combat, a settlement is unoccupied, meaning there's no army in the hex, the garrison has been defeated and the attacker must advance. Garrisons disappear if a settlement is raised. Cities have permanent garrisons, which provide 3 white dice on defense, whether the settlement is occupied or not.
Are those the cities? Is that castle symbol?
No, a city is the star symbol.
Oh, of course,
there are no cities in our.
We're not fucking with cities. Okay.
No cities. So basically, you can just walk in. Unless you're attacking...
Oh, because it was an action, right? To, let's see. It's a free action to pay gold to remove a raised marker, to place a control marker. When an army ends its activation in a settlement which is neither friendly nor allied, you can place a control marker and it increases your kingdom's income.
So you may not enter a hostile settlement.
Okay.
So basically, these are settlements. Anything with this like thing is a settlement, and you cannot enter a hostile settlement.
Yeah, and the scenario rule said that even the Fort Gorod is hostile to both of us in this scenario.
Fort Gorod is hostile.
So how do you get? But to control them, you have to enter them.
So you have to attack it.
Okay.
If you win the attack, you can go in. So like I said, I already said this. I'm just kidding. In an unoccupied settlement has a garrison which provides 1 basic white die.
Oh, okay.
If it's a city, meaning it has the star, it's 3 basic white dice instead.
Ooh, okay.
You must beat it in combat. Okay.
This is easier than assaulting cities in Mage Knight.
There you If you win, then you must go in, and you'll either decide to raise the settlement or not.
To either control it or raise
Right.
it. Yeah.
And then just to point out, as we talked about before, there's those fortifications. This means that you have to roll a 6 to hit, and normally 5s are a hit. And if it's this, it's 7.
Oh, so then white dice just can't hit without, I
White
guess,
dice just can't hit
abilities that add
without
+1 or
abilities,
something like that. Yeah.
And then just to point out, if you roll a 7 or higher, that's a critical hit. And every time you have a critical hit, you get to roll another white die. And if you hit, then that counts as another hit.
Oh, okay. So 7 or higher. So you're probably only getting those on black dice, and
Right.
it can cause more white dice. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That's kind of it. Yeah. I mean, we obviously haven't covered everything, but it's okay.
Okay. And this income. So like I'm getting 2 gold. Okay, in
So
the income
armies-
phase, so it's at the start of the turn sequence, and then are those tokens that we collect, or do we when we get income, do we immediately spend it?
No, you get the coins.
Oh, there's coins up there. Okay.
So when you build an army, you build it at full strength, paying the costs on its front, and you build it in a friendly entry hex or in or adjacent to a friendly settlement hex. There are no entry hexes in our game right now, so basically you can build either in or adjacent to a controlled settlement.
And can you, when you build them as part of the turn, can you activate them that turn? And I don't see anything here that in this reference it
if
applies
you
now,
build it
but-
in the settlement hex, it enters play ready.
Oh,
If you build it in a hex adjacent to the settlement, it enters play exhausted.
okay.
So, and then the other rule that's worth noting is whatever things you build in this opening thing are going to be ready.
I would hope so. Otherwise, what am I doing in year one? Yeah.
And we do have those heroes, but you can't build those.
Yeah.
Because we're not playing the advanced
Yeah.
game.
Okay. Jinx. Sure, yeah, okay. Well, I definitely want to spend 2 gold. So I have, I guess, like 6 here. I'll take these. I want to spend 2 gold on 2 miners. They cost 1 each.
Okay.
And I'm going to put them so they'll be ready.
You have Zarin Bar as well.
Yeah. But I want to send them to the mines, so I'm going to spawn them near the mines.
Makes sense.
They have 2 spaces of movement, so they can both get into the mines and mine.
Cool.
And that doesn't increase my income, that just gives me a gold, right? Work a mine,
Yes.
gain a gold. Okay. Okay. 4 gold left. I could get a King's Crossbow for 3, which rolls 2 dice and is ranged, or Iron Legion for 4, which rolls 3 dice but has no abilities. And that will be it, whatever I decide. So,
Oh, yeah, wow.
yeah, this doesn't go very far. You get 15 gold worth?
That's
I hope your units just cost twice what mine do.
No.
Great.
But I have to come to you. I'm the invader. Although I'm
I guess,
currently-
except
'cause you
yeah,
win,
if the
you
game
win ties.
if the game ended right now, you would win.
That's
So you're not really, even though the flavor text says you're the invader. It's doesn't seem to be the mechanics here.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually really feeling like I'm on the back foot this game, but that's fine. I will do my best. I'm going to spend 4 on this Iron Legion in Zarin Bar. And you place your army next, as opposed to me taking a turn?
That's correct.
Okay, so
this
it's
is-
over to
this
you.
is all set up. So I have $15 to spend, and I am feeling like, well, Rangers are part of my special ability with the forest thing. So I'm going to build 1 Ranger. Actually, I want my Sea Reavers because they roll black dice. I don't have a lot of things that roll black dice. So let's do 1 Berserker for 6. Let's do 2 Sea Reavers for 3 each.
Jeez.
And
I'm
I
in danger.
have 3 left. Well, I guess I'll just be another Sea Reaver. And I'm going to start this guy up here. We'll see if that ends up being an issue. Well, actually, this is kind of bad because you're first.
That is true.
Although you don't have any, you didn't buy any of the ambush things, so it might be okay.
They cost 5. That would have been almost all my money.
They do cost 5.
But you're right. Maybe that would have been the way to go. One less miner and...
Well, don't forget, you are still going to get your income for the first round, which is going to be 2 gold immediately.
Okay. So I could...
Yeah.
Oh.
So if you do have to spend all 6 of yours. I don't think you can save any, if that's what you're wondering.
No, but I was wondering if I should have...
Because you don't have to build
gotten
these miners. You could
Dragon Slayer and waited to build a miner later.
Sure.
Like,
but just remember that when you build the miner, if you build him here, he's going to come into play.
Yes, but I can build it in the settlement and then I can move 2 spaces.
Yeah, but there can only be 1 unit per space.
Oh.
Perhaps
I thought... No, you didn't. And in fact, the reference refers to stacks fighting. Is that...
Stacks are an advanced game rule. So no stacks in our game.
And I have to deploy new units before I start moving things?
No, actually. I don't think that you do. But clearly I know.
We both bury our nose in books. Once all building and activations are finished, you move down the turn track. Yeah, this does
During
kind
the
of...
activation phase, the kingdom whose turn it is may build new armies and activate those on the map. When a unit is selected to begin moving, it becomes active.
Okay, so that'll work. Yeah. Okay, so then I've built 1 miner and some Dragon Slayers so that I can slay the metaphorical dragon that is your people.
Okay, I'm going to react to your change.
Sure.
Because this guy has the stupid...
The ambush.
The ambush thing. Which I don't like. I don't like the ambush thing. I could build a Valkyrie. Valkyries have flying, but I don't know what that does. I don't want to learn. No, I'm just kidding. Flying says, a unit with flying may enter any terrain type on the map during movement, may pass through a hex containing an enemy or a hostile settlement, unless it has flying. When attacking across a river or major river hex site, its opponent does not gain a terrain modifier. There are terrain modifiers.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, maybe I'll just back this guy up and say, hey, if you want to come fight me, you have to come into my face.
Okay. Okay. This is fine.
All right, great.
Uh,
You're first, sir.
all right. Well, I
So
get
you're
2
gonna get
income.
2 income, that's right.
Hell yeah. Well, since I can do these things in any order, then why don't I activate these miners, move them 2 spaces through the endless paths, and have them mine.
Right.
And I get a gold.
And then
How do I mark that they're exhausted?
you turn them like that.
Ah. Okay. I'm not a big fan of that. Of that denotation of something, of a game state.
Tapping?
Tapping of tokens? It's like, I've been playing the solo game Under Falling Skies, and that has you turn D6's 45 degrees to, like, indicate that they're
That's
exhausted.
pretty bad.
It is. It is.
These
This
are
is not
bigger.
that much
Yeah.
better.
Well, they're like twice the size of a normal D6. And you can also go
25%
all the way
bigger.
horizontal if you want instead of 45 degrees.
I guess that's true, since they do have art, like, it's there's no ambiguity to which way is up. But okay, anyway, I'll stop whining and start slaying.
All right.
I think I'm going to activate the Dragon Slayers next.
Okay.
I will move. I've decided that much. They're going to move.
Okay.
They're going to move up here
Oh, wow.
and attack your Sea Reavers.
Wow.
So they do have stealth, which means this is an ambush. And so...
Well, you can choose to declare an ambush. You don't have to.
I'm declaring an ambush.
Okay. All right. So...
I haven't read what an ambush means,
Yeah.
but I'm doing it.
All right. So the ambush means that basically you attack first, and then I only
Yeah.
attack back if I'm alive.
So I perform a strike using my combat rating. If any successes are rolled, it inflicts a hit on the opponent. Confirmed crits can inflict additional hits.
But by
okay.
default, this is important, right? Mm-hmm. The total potential of this attack is less than a normal attack. Because if you roll any successes, you get 1 hit. And then if you get a crit, you can get additional hits. Whereas the other way around, in theory, you can get more hits.
Interesting.
So there is a trade-off.
Okay. Is this in addition to or instead of regular combat?
It's instead.
You sure?
Yeah, you attack, then I
Okay.
attack.
All right, that's not 100% clear from this reference.
And
Right, where it says ambush, it's kind of detailing step 1. It doesn't say then you don't continue to step 2 and 3. Right? that would make more sense to me. Like, why would you choose to ambush if it wasn't? I mean, I guess it's just to take out a
if
miner or
if
something.
I'm
hit the
already
unit,
damaged and you deal one hit to
Yeah.
me, I'm dead.
right?
Which is better, right?
Yeah.
But
You're sure this isn't an addition?
I feel confident.
All right.
But I'm not sure because
It's section 9.9.1. If that helps.
it is the difference that would be inflicted, by the way.
Okay.
9 point what?
This said 9.9.1.
9.9 point, oh, 9.9.1. I'm sorry. Okay. It says here, yeah, if an ambush is declared in combat step 1, resolve the remainder of the combat using the ambush sequence, which is this instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I do just want a regular attack then. Because 2 hits defeats the... It can take both hits that eliminate the unit in one combat.
If you attack, what's going to happen... Okay, let's just... If you
Yeah.
do a normal attack, you're going to roll your 2 black dice. I'm going to roll my black and 2 whites at the same time.
Right.
Whoever rolls more hits is going to be the winner, and they're going to deal damage equal to the difference.
And units have... and units basically have 2 hit points, right? One when they're flipped, and then another one defeats them. But can 2 hits right now completely kill it from healthy?
Yes.
It doesn't have to be 2 combats that get it to... Okay.
No. But your odds aren't that great of that happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm a pretty good dice roller.
All right, great.
My odds of crits are higher.
Your odds of crits are higher. Crits are 7s and up.
We're doing it. We're doing regular ass
regular
combat.
combat.
Yep.
All
All
right.
right. Here we go. I rolled a 6 and a 1.
So that's 1 hit.
Okay.
5 and higher is a hit.
Yep. But a 7 and higher is a crit, you said.
Right.
Okay.
And I
so
rolled
crit.
no hits. So you deal 1 damage to me.
So basically the same thing that would have probably happened if I had ambushed.
Except then I'd get to roll after.
Oh, true.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of this roll.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
and
that's
then that unit is
Yep.
exhausted. Right?
Okay. That's a thing. I did it. So I have 3 gold. I'm gonna spend 1 to deploy some miners in Zarenbar, and then I'm going to have them move 2 spaces and mine the Dwarven Falls and get my gold back.
Okay.
Now I have 3 gold. Feels like I should probably put a unit there.
And so, by the way, I haven't covered this, but movement
Mm-hmm.
on roads is slightly cheaper if you want.
Oh. How can it get cheaper than 1 point of movement per?
If you do your
Hex.
entire movement on the road, you can move 1 extra hex.
Oh, I see. Okay. That doesn't seem too relevant here. We're already in each other's faces.
But in, if you're running up
I guess
close,
if this unit survives to have another turn and wants to get to Fort Gorod, they
Right,
could.
right.
Okay.
Seems unlikely. Just kidding.
Wow.
Just kidding.
Okay, I will spend my 3 to deploy some King's crossbows in Zarenbar.
Okay.
I kind of think they just want to sit there, though. Right? I mean, It is tempting to just try to have them finish off the Sea Reavers, but they might just fail at that.
They are ranged, which means they win combat in the event of a tie. So if we roll the same number of hits, they get to deal 1 damage.
That does seem quite likely that we roll the same number of hits. But what all you have to do, if I leave the city unoccupied, all you have to do to take it from me is, or the settlement unoccupied, you just have to roll a hit on 3 white dice.
1 white die. If it was a city, you'd get 3 white dice.
Oh, okay. Wait. No, that's defensive then.
You get.
Oh, you have to win
I
a combat
roll-
against a white die. Okay,
exactly.
okay. They're gonna. If you attack the settlement now on your turn, do they get that white die in addition to the unit's dice?
That is a great question.
Because if it's just the unit, that's less interesting. But if they're adding their dice, then that's they should probably just sit there.
This says garrisons in unoccupied settlements. A settlement occupied by an army has no garrison, but see 9.5.2. 1 second. So cities add 3 white dice no matter what, but these ones only add 1 white die if there's no army there.
I still think I need it. Still think I need that place to spawn units and stuff. So I want to, I guess, optimize its defense. So I think I'll leave it there.
Okay.
And I believe that ends my turn, and I go turn complete.
Correct. 1 of your 3 turns of the game.
Okay.
Alright,
You're up.
So here's what I'd like to do.
And your income is 4.
Yes, I will get 4 coins. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to spend 3. For another set of Sea Reavers. I'm going to spawn them here at Barless on the Lake.
Yep.
I'm going to try and take out some of your mining capabilities here.
Oof.
So I'm going to move into the mountains. Now the mountains cost 1 extra to move into, but I have 2, so I can spend both to move in. And then I will attack your miners. And if I win, I move into the mine.
That's kind of rude.
I know. So I'm going to do that first.
All right, I'm rolling a single white die. Well, it's a 6.
I rolled 2 6s.
Ah, damn. Okay. Well, so you did damage to them, though.
Right, so they're just going to flip.
Oh, so that worked. I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
With how
that's
that
actually
went.
probably a big waste of my time. That's funny. Okay. All right. I'm now going to move these Sea Reavers 2. I'm going to move them 1, 2 to here, and they're going to attack your other miners.
Okay. Worked so well last time. Why not do it again?
That's what I'm thinking.
I rolled a 6 again.
And I did not, so you
Oh,
killed my
the miners
Sea
took out the
Reavers.
Sea Reavers.
Oh, that's so sad.
Oh, I told you at the start of this game that I was great at rolling dice.
You did.
I
You
warned
did.
you.
You did warn me. You were like, "Do you really want to play this?" And I said, "Yeah." And what a fool! More fool am I. All right. So my berserkers, I think, are gonna move. They can move 3.
Ooh.
They're gonna move down to here. But
And avenge the Sea Reavers.
no. I think they're gonna attack your dragon slayers. Because I've got 4 dice here, so I'm hoping
I'm
I
gonna
can.
turn your Sea Reavers sideways.
Thank you. So I'm gonna roll these 4 dice, and you've got 2 black dice there.
Right. 4 and a 2. Not a good roll.
I have a 5 and a 6.
Oof. That's 2 hits.
That's 2 hits.
That'll knock them. Wait. Sorry. Which one are you attacking these? Yeah. So that completely wipes them out.
That's right. And then I will move.
Wait, hold on.
Am I doing it wrong?
I can declare an ambush because I had stealth. It says if the attacking or defending army has stealth.
Oh, so you could declare an ambush. Oh. Okay, so that means you want to re-roll your dice?
I think so.
But you would have gotten the same result. Nothing would have changed.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it would It would limit you to 1 hit, right?
No. Oh, does it?
Strikes to because you strike back and strikes to a maximum of 1 hit.
Terrible. All right, so put your unit back out.
Boom.
Wow, these got way harder to kill.
Yeah. So stealth units pretty much need 2 combats to kill. Because on defense, why would you not declare? The only reason to not declare an ambush is if you really think that you're rolling way more dice than they are, and you just want to wipe them out.
Right. All right, so I shouldn't have spawned these guys all the way over here, so I'm just going to move them to here
Okay.
and exhaust them, because I don't know what other actions I can do that would be useful. No, yeah, that's it. And then these Sea Reavers, I'm going to send to this position here, and I'm going to have them attack your Dragon Slayers. I'm going to ask if you'd like to declare an ambush. By the way...
So when I'm on my last hit point, that seems less appealing. Yeah, so I guess not on the second hit point.
Okay.
All right. I rolled a 5 and a 4.
And I've rolled a 5 as well, so we are tied. Because 5s are hits.
Does anything at all happen in a tie, or do we just do zero hits?
0 hits. Unless someone's ranged, right? Ranged would win the
Oh,
tie.
you said that's right. That's right. Yeah.
And these berserkers have already gone. So that's all of my units. I only have 1 coin left.
Do you have a 1-cost unit? Like my miners are 1 cost?
I do not. My cheapest unit costs 2.
Okay, my miners have
Different art.
different art.
Yeah.
Or all the... Oh, yeah, there they are.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a
It's
nice
really
touch.
awesome. Like, the main troop always has, like, a few different art types.
Nice. I like
It's
it.
cool. Yeah. Alright, so that's my turn. And now we're on summer. And we'll go back up like this, and you get your 2 income.
Oh, we're not, like, going across here. It's just that this is
This
a
is-
2-player game out of Fossil 6. I got it. Okay. Yep. All right. Well, I'll score my income of 2. That's just the same this whole game, huh? That
No, income can increase if you take
Oh,
over
when you
settlements.
when you place a control marker, you
Right.
increase kingdom's income. Okay.
Right. We just haven't successfully done that yet.
Right. But with this 2 gold, okay. Oh yeah, let me ready my units because I can recover. Like miners are 0 to recover.
Yeah.
So that doesn't. That's not their activation to recover, right? It's a free action.
No, it is an action.
Oh, it's their action. Okay. So they would be recovering instead of mining.
Right.
That might not be the vibe. Yeah. We ain't got time for that. So this Fort Gorod, it's neutral. It'll roll a white die if I attack it.
It will roll a white die because it's not a city, so it only gets 1. And because it's fortified, you have to roll 6s to hit it.
If I roll 2d8, that's still nearly guaranteed. So
Is that how math works?
do you know, can I ambush a settlement, an unoccupied settlement? Which would basically mean I just roll first and it only rolls its die and potentially damages me if I whiff.
I don't know the answer to that. My guess is that that's not how it works. 'cause
Doesn't make a lot of sense to like sneak up on a port town.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's that loot action, right? Oh, that's a way to get gold. Yeah, when an army enters a hostile settlement, you can loot as a free action. So that doesn't increase income, but it does increase.
Oh, here we go. Fortified settlements may not be targeted by strikes. An attacking unit with stealth may not declare an ambush against a fortified settlement.
Well, there's my answer.
There it is.
Okay, well, I am going to take over Fort Gorod.
Well, you're going to try.
I am going to do it. Here I go, doing it.
Okay.
So it takes 6s to hit.
6s to hit.
Okay. Oh, I'm scared because
It's gonna roll.
if I fail
it's
and it
gonna roll
rolls
with 1 white die. Yeah.
a 5 or 6, my dragon slayers are just dead. It's fine. It'll be fine. I missed. They missed. So that's their action, huh?
Yep.
Well then. I mean, these miners fended for themselves pretty well. I don't think they need to recover. I think that they will mine some gold. Mine some gold. And this is interesting.
Is it?
Barless on the Lake is pretty undefended.
Well, there's some Sea Reavers right next door.
Yeah, but once my King's crossbows are in,
You're 3 away.
don't I move to be adjacent to it and then attack as my action?
Oh yeah, that's true. Good luck, sir.
That's what I just did with the Dragon Slayers over here. It just didn't go well.
Yeah, whoops. I probably shouldn't have left that undefended like that.
Well, let's try and punish it. So 1, 2, and my King's crossbows will attack Barless on the Lake for a black die and a white die on my side.
We'll have to see.
And they're ranged, which means they win ties here too.
I don't know if that affects
We'll check if it comes up.
garrisons. Yeah.
I rolled two hits.
So that means you gotta
Ooh.
roll an additional white die.
Crit, hell yeah. I don't think we're gonna have to look up the tie rules.
Not so much. So you've come in and you must loot. And so we're
I must loot.
I believe you must loot.
Okay.
So here we go. And a settlement which does not contain an army is unoccupied. An army may attack an unoccupied hostile settlement using its combat rating. The unoccupied blah 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 blah. Okay, if the attacking stack wins the combat, it must advance and loot. When an army enters a hostile settlement, it loots. Looting is a free action and immediately generates gold for the looting army's kingdom. An army may not loot a welcoming settlement. That's not an issue.
Okay.
You get 2 gold when looting.
Okay. I'll take that. I'm sitting on 6 gold now.
And if it was a city, you'd get twice as much. You'd get 4.
Okay.
And then control. Each kingdom has a limited number of control markers.
Did this scenario limit us or anything? I don't think
no.
so. Yeah.
When an army ends its activation in a settlement it does not control, here's what happens.
Oh, it does limit it, right? Oh no, that's just the starting control markers.
Yeah,
This says control markers 1. So it seems like I could raise it or take control, but I definitely want to take control because that's the win condition.
What I'm confused about is it says when an army ends its activation in a settlement, it does not control.
Mm-hmm.
The settlement's posture determines what happens. If the settlement is hostile, it is looted. But I don't think you get to loot it again because you just took over.
Yeah, that wouldn't make sense.
Then if the settlement's loyal to the occupying kingdom or one of its allies, that kingdom's income is increased by 1. So because it's loyal to me...
This... I don't know, here on the reference it says as a free action, place a control marker. When an army ends its activation in a settlement which is neither friendly nor allied, i.e. hostile,
there you go.
place a control marker, increase kingdom income.
I see. So when an army ends its activation in a hostile settlement and chooses not to or cannot place a control marker, you raise it.
Oh, I see. Choose. Okay, so
you can choose.
So I could choose to raise it or to control it.
But presumably you want. To
presumably, because if I raised it and you wanted to get it back, you'd have to get an army in and pay 2 gold.
Right.
Which is not easy, but yeah, let's just take control of it.
Okay.
So
we'll
mine now.
Put that on top of this symbol here.
Oh, okay.
Because that's.
Got it. It covers you. Yeah.
Yep. And you get 1 more income.
Boop. Which will help me for the 1 remaining turn of the game.
Right.
Okay, I have activated all of my current units, but I am sitting on 6 gold.
You have a lot of gold.
Which is tragically 1 shy of a storm giant.
Tragic for who?
Yeah. But it's enough to buy Oath Takers. I can save gold from round to round now, right? It was just in the initial army setup that you have to spend it all? Okay.
Correct.
So I could do something like... I'm gonna spend it all. I am going to spend 5 on these Oath Takers. They're just a regular ass unit with no abilities, but they roll 2 black, 2 white dice. And I'll spend 1 on a miner down here in Shaded Vale. Oh, they can activate. Right. Well, here's what these miners are for. They're gonna come attack Fort Garad.
Oh, good luck.
They're just gonna roll 6. It's going to go fine.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. See? They're in.
That's terrible.
It was hostile, so I loot it for 2.
And you control
And
it.
I will take control of it.
And you increase your income.
I told you that this scenario was kind of stacked against you.
That is what you said.
Increase my income to 4, and I have 2 more. Maybe these I will save. Because now that Storm Giant dropping in the final season feels achievable. Yeah, they are done, and I will end my turn. Right. These Oath Takers are just going to sit here defending? I think that's what they're going to do.
It's up to you.
Yeah. Okay, your turn.
Okay. So my units will wake up. Okay. There's a difficult choice here.
Do tell.
Well, I could just come down here to the Shaded Vale.
That is true.
Or I could attack Fort Garad. Fort Garad is fortified, so it's slightly worse. So it's better to just come down here if it doesn't matter either way. And it doesn't, I don't think. So I will just go 1, 2, and fight you here.
Brutal. Okay.
So I'll roll my 2 black and 1.
And I'm
2
rolling
whites.
a white die.
That's right.
I got this.
You got it.
I rolled a 2.
I rolled 1, 6.
Oh, that got you in.
So that'll
Okay,
do
so
that.
you loot it for 2.
I loot it for 2.
Also, let me hand you money for your income.
Thank you. So I'll take a total of 6. And then my...
Would you like to take control of it?
I would, thank you. And then I'd like to also increase my income 1 more to 5.
Okay.
I guess income doesn't go down when you lose control. Nothing said that.
It's true.
Sounds kind of
Nothing. Yeah.
I will then. So this guy's exhausted. So I could now build around this, but those units would be exhausted because I can't build into it.
Right.
Instead, what I'm going to do is, yeah, this makes sense. Although, does it? Okay, so these Sea Reavers are going to move, and because they're going to move along this road.
Oh wow.
Oh, actually, no, the road goes through Zarenbar, so I actually don't know.
Oh
if I
right.
can.
Yeah. This is. I mean.
How
Yeah.
roads work.
Because these are two adjacent hexes that both have roads on them.
I'm not sure if you have to go exactly along the road or not. Let's find
Yeah.
out. Units pay 1 movement point to cross hex sides containing a road or bridge symbol, regardless of other terrain. A non-flying unit that travels entirely across road and or bridge hex sides gains +1 movement.
Oh, so you're not moving to a road hex side.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that does not work. Because I was thinking this guy could go 3, 1, 2, 3, and kill this guy, and then that would leave
try to kill
room
it,
for this
yeah.
guy to go 1, 2, and attack.
And just still fail to kill the dragon slayers. But yeah.
That's right. Because now I can't get to Fort Garad, which is sad. Okay, well these Sea Reavers are going to come out and they're going to attack your Oath Takers and hope for the best.
All right. I could use another white and black die, please.
Do you need them?
Oh, I need them. Just a 7, which is
That
a crit, right?
Yep.
So,
yeah, you can roll.
yeah. Okay, just the one hit.
And I got 1 hit as well.
Okay, so we bounce.
We bounce. I will have these guys come here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to decide, actually. I think I want them to come here. And then they'll attack your Dragon Slayers.
Woof. Okay, just 2 black dice for me.
I rolled nothing.
I rolled a crit.
You rolled 2 hits, actually.
Oh,
that's
right.
3 hits.
3 hits.
So that's the death of my Sea Reavers.
Oh, man.
Pretty brutal. Okay. Now what? Sadly, you can't take control of Chanos. It's not listed in this scenario.
Right.
Normally
Oh, yeah, so that is a
do
settlement.
that.
It's just, yeah.
Okay, I'm not doing too hot.
I mean, it's 3 to 3. It's just that I win ties.
That's right.
That is your problem.
Right, I'm just 1 down. So I'm going to attack here with these Sea Reavers.
Okay. Trying to take
I feel like I'm
my
missing
lake.
a rule about flanking. Like, there should be like a flanking thing, shouldn't there? Like, if
Aren't I the one flanking you?
no, like if I had like 2 units next to your
Oh.
unit or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
If you say so.
I don't know. That'd be nice. All right, I got 1 crit, so I'll reroll die.
I rolled 2 hits. You roll. Okay, we tied.
Bummer again. Okay, so I have my 7 gold here. What do I want to do with it? Is the question.
That is scary.
I could build a dragon, which is a dragon that has stealth, ranged, and flying,
Oh boy.
and can move 3 and is huge. Huge is a thing that means that
Does it occupy multiple hexes?
if a huge army occupies a settlement, the settlement is raised regardless of its posture. A settlement may not remove a raised marker while a huge army occupies the hex. So that doesn't seem particularly good, because when you attack, you must move in.
Right.
And so then I would have to raise.
Right.
Which actually would accomplish my goal.
The storm giant I was saving it for is also huge. I just had no idea what that meant,
Yeah.
which is interesting. That does mean like if I get out of here and build it here next turn, I could just try to raise your settlement or something, if that's the direction I go.
Right.
And I'm guessing the siege engine that has this like red fortify symbol, it like ignores fortification.
That's
Okay.
right. It ignores fortification. My Draken is also feral, and feral means that it may enter a welcome settlement like any other army.
Enter a welcome settlement.
Right. So it says a
But-
feral army which enters a hostile settlement in the advanced game raises it. It neither loots nor places control markers. So feral armies just want... So huge and feral are just going to destroy stuff.
Okay, yeah, I didn't really understand the difference between huge and feral, but
I think it's thematic. Feral armies are wild creatures like wolves, bats, and stuff.
got it. Okay.
And then huge are just big things.
So they wanted there to be monsters that raise or things that raise cities that are not flavorfully 100 feet tall.
Right, I think so. There are also additional rules in the advanced game for feral armies, which just aren't coming into play here. Okay, so I should just move along. I'm taking too long here. Basically, what I'm doing is stalling because I don't know what I want to do. My rangers are kind of interesting because they get an additional white die when occupying or attacking into a forest hex, but that doesn't matter anywhere on this map.
Right here is the one spot I can see.
Well, you're here though. You're not here.
Oh, right. Yep.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't matter, like, if I took this from you, it would matter, but I don't see myself making the trip up there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe in your last turn. I don't know how, but it's possible. Okay, what do I want to do? I have 7. I'm going to buy a... Oh, that's interesting. Why did I end here? So dumb.
You
Okay.
tried to get in here?
I know, I just could have been here or something.
Oh.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3 is not far enough to attack this. I need 4. That doesn't seem like a possibility. So I'm just going to build some defenses, basically. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend 2 here for these freeholders. They'll come in exhausted
Oh.
because they are not being built
Yeah.
in the city. I'll spend 2 here for some freeholders.
Wow.
I'll spend 2 here for some freeholders. Let's go.
Oh, this is interesting.
Let's go. Josie, don't bark. Sorry, that's my dog. Stream. To the extent you're here and listening. Okay, so there you go. I'll just do it there, and then I'll just call it with my 1 gold left.
Okay. Turn complete.
Yeah.
It is autumn, the final season of the campaign. Already my stuff. Alright, well, this is where it becomes more of a decision whether I want my miners to, like, kamikaze into battle or mine for 1 more gold. My income is 4, so I have 6. If I want a storm giant, which I absolutely do, I need to mine once more. This is annoying. The whole wall you've built here.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah.
It was to be annoying.
Mission accomplished.
Excellent.
Can my units move through my other units? Like, if they don't end on the same space? Because that actually really matters here. Because if I can clear one of these out, then I can build something and it can make the rest of the way up to the settlement. If it can move through my thing. Oh, I guess I could do it in a way that I would not block myself, but it would still be good to know that just for general learning of the game. Josie. It's okay.
Josie, stop.
Well, here's what I can do. Well, we figure that out.
No, any unit may pass through an allied enemy or entry hex.
Okay. Okay. So then I don't need to, like...
Oh, no, sorry, that's the entry hexes, excuse me. When 2 or more units occupy a hex, they form a stack.
Mm-hmm.
In the basic game, only 1 army may occupy a hex at a time.
Oh.
This 1 army per hex stacking limit is enforced at the end of each army's movement.
Okay.
An army may pass through a hex occupied by a friendly or allied army.
Okay. I think that makes the most sense
Yeah.
that you're not blocking yourself, but...
And then there's advanced rules for stacking in the advanced game.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, then the Oath Takers are going to come attack your freeholders.
Okay.
For 2 black, 2 white. That's no hits.
That's 2.
Oh, wow.
Don't fuck with the freeholders.
Oh, finally,
demonetize
you had
you?
some luck. Oh no, you can say fuck.
Okay.
As long as it's not within like the first 30 seconds of a. Well, normally I have a video. I don't know what the streaming rules are. Maybe you did.
What's to say?
You know, it's fine. I don't monetize the streams anyway.
Okay, cool. That feels pretty good.
Yeah.
And it was due
for you.
It feels
yeah.
like, you know, yeah. Could have been a while.
Happy for you.
Thank you.
Well, now what? I mean, I guess I don't need to get aggressive like that.
No, you could just be defensive.
I just have to not lose anything on your final turn. Yeah. So I could just build a Storm Giant in Zaranbar just to defend it.
You could.
Let me start by tempting fate some more, though.
Excellent.
I'm going to attack your Sea Reavers with the King's crossbows.
Okay.
They roll one less die, but they win ties. Seems fine. Oh,
That's
it's not
3
fine.
hits for me.
It's not fine. I rolled 0. Oh no.
Bye.
Oh.
Oh man, you got greedy. You
I
tempted
did.
fate. You said it.
Yeah.
And fate came and punched you in the face.
Fate'll do that. Oof. Well. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. The Dragon Slayers are going to save the day.
Okay. By suiciding or by defending? By suiciding.
By suiciding, yeah.
Okay,
2
perfect.
black dice. I'm just going to crit into several hits.
I got 1.
Oof. Nothing. They did suicide. Oh no. Well. This is an issue. Josie. This is an issue.
Yeah, the dice rolls really have a big impact on this game.
They do.
It's a big dice rolly, dice luck fest.
It definitely is, and I'd be curious how much the advanced game with spells and stuff either add enough more stuff that fades a little bit, or it could just be, oh, we're rolling even more dice for even more reasons, and it could feel even more so. I could see it going either way.
Yeah, I could see it going either way too.
But for now, these heroic miners are going to mine. These ones are going to move into Zaranbar on defense.
You know that them
it's
being
one way
there
die
and them not
anyway.
being there is the same, yeah.
Damn it.
Might as well get a gold.
Either get a gold or attack you.
Or attack me.
But yeah, what good? Because they could only land 1 hit at best. So if it's not going to remove one of your units, then that doesn't actually seem like it serves a purpose. So, well, I'm summoning my Storm Giant. This is happening. Here it is.
He's ready.
He's ready. He's ready for better luck.
Oh, he rolls 6 dice.
The plan was to clear this out so he could walk up to that.
I feel that.
Now he's not walking anywhere, I don't think, with his 2 speed. So let's just
Let's see if his being huge gives you any extra movement bonuses, although I don't think it does.
I mean, the huge part is just a highlight of the movement number, right? So
If a huge army occupies a settlement, the settlement is raised. A settlement may not.
Oh, they cannot use ship movement. That's another. We're not worrying about ship movement on this scenario. All right, these things just want revenge. 1 more black and 1 more white die for me. They are just attacking these Sea Reavers. This round 10. So here's 6 dice.
I rolled 1 hit.
I rolled 2 hits, 1 of which is a crit. 2 hits.
2 hits to 1 hit, so 1 hit
Well-
goes through.
Didn't remove them as much as I would have liked, but it at least felt good.
Nice.
Okay. I feel like they should have 3 hit points or something.
There are some units apparently that are fragile. I don't know if we have.
Oh, you know what? Too late now.
What do you want to do?
I should have mined with this one, and then had this. Oh, it couldn't get into here with 2 spaces of movement. I was gonna say it should have moved into my settlement here and recovered to at least Like, you need 2 hits. Yeah, there is a difference with them sitting there, because you need 2 hits to get in,
That's true.
right? Versus 1 hit gets in.
That's true. That's right. My bad.
So, yeah, thanks
You
for
wanna
that.
change it?
No, that's fine.
Well, he's here.
No, because here's what I can actually do: is I can mine with this miner and
buy a
spend
miner.
it on a miner here,
Yeah, that's fine.
and then I don't think that one will get greedy in attack because it'll probably just get fucked up.
Yeah.
So I don't think that takes any action. I don't think this one does either. I just want them to sit there effectively giving my settlements 2 hit points. It's not over. You have to take one of these from me, but it is your turn.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of difficult actually. I don't know. I think I have the best chance at this one. And so what I'm going to do is, that's what I'm going to target to start. So let's actually refresh all of these here. Mm-hmm. And so let's...
And you have 5 income.
I have 5 income, which gives me a total of 6 gold. So this freeholder is going to come 1, 2 to here and attack.
Okay. Bring it on. I rolled 3.
I rolled nothing. Okay, so that's not a good start.
Let's exhaust them.
And if you must.
I must.
I will move this freeholder to here.
Okay.
And attack.
All right. You taking my die?
Sorry.
3.
And my 5 does not go through because
it's fortified.
Yeah. So I need a 6.
That's amazing.
That's pretty good for you. All right, so this guy's gonna go. Well, basically, I've done nothing, so I can reassess if I wanted to go somewhere else.
It seems to be going well for you. I don't see why you wouldn't just...
This does seem to be like my best opportunity. I don't know, because like, yeah, I can't. I mean, I only have 1 roll here.
You would have to land 2 hits on those 3 dice. Yeah. It's not fortified.
Right. Let's go here with my berserker. Or my berserkier.
Oh yeah, it is spelled with an I. All right. A 6. Wow, you rolled off the table.
I think that's just a reroll.
Yeah, that's fine. It's an 8. Oh no, that's a crit. That's not good. And a 5. Oh, all that was off camera too, other than my roll.
Oh yeah, sorry. And I will say, so it's interesting because that 5 normally wouldn't hit, but fortifications do not affect the rolls off of crits.
Ooh.
Just one of those little rules.
I actually had forgotten about fortifications. I hadn't even thought. It's not like I thought that was a miss.
Yeah.
But ouch. Okay, well that's 2 hits. That'll.
No, it's just 1 because you have 1.
Oh right.
So
okay.
It's only 1 that went through.
Okay. So that's been hit once.
Yeah. So we're still going for it here. So I could spend 6 more on another berserkier here and then go in, but that's basically my last shot at it. But I think that's what I have to do. I don't really have any choice. So here we go. My second and final.
We've still got attacking my Storm Giant settlement as another.
You know what? Actually,
route to victory.
Before I spend this 6, I should.
I should not have said anything.
So my Sea Reavers will attack your Storm Giant.
Okay.
So why not? Who knows?
All right.
I rolled an 8.
Ooh.
So I got 1 confirmation roll. It missed. So 1 hit.
And you rolled 1 hit.
No, you have 2.
Oh! I thought that was a 1.
And that's a
7.
crit, so you have a 3rd potentially. No,
nope.
Just 2. So that'll kill my Sea Reavers. Oh well, why'd we even bother with this? These Sea Reavers will attack your miners down here.
That's a problem.
That's 2 hits.
Wow. That'll get them.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
And that will be the end of the... I'll just end there. Actually, you know what? We should just really see what happens in this conflict, I think.
Okay, you're sending another Berserkier up to Charbet.
I rolled 2 hits there.
Oh boy. That seems hard to beat with 1 die.
Actually, no. This is only 1 hit.
Oh, yeah.
Because of your 4.
But I still rolled a 2.
We still rolled a 2.
And would you like to raise them both?
No, I'm going to take control. Although I would still win if I raised them both.
Oh, because they were both mine.
They were both yours, yeah. But I'll get 4 additional coins and a thing.
And some extra income.
Some extra income. And then we'll call it. But you know what? You still have your stronghold of Zarin Bar. I've kind of just surrounded it.
Yeah, did you really take over Drefeld if I have a Storm Giant in the closest settlement to it?
That's a good question. Let's check the victory conditions. Oh, yes! Yes, I did.
Damn. I feel like you could have sent all these units to that Storm Giant and it would still be sitting here.
That's true. This thing is really strong. Yeah.
6 dice, 3 of them
6
black
dice,
is a lot.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was an introductory game of Burning Banners, The Rage of the Witch Queen. What do you think?
I enjoyed it. You definitely have to be, at least based on our experience here, have to be okay with dice fucking you over or deciding it, which I am in general. Like,
Yeah.
I like rolling dice, which means agreeing to respect the luck that
Yeah,
comes out of it, right?
Totally. It's a luck fest, it feels like, but it was fun. And there are some cool strategic things you can do, and like still feel cool and impactful, even though dice are still ultimately going to be
Right.
a huge part of the determination
Right.
of the match.
And for what it was, I liked this length, that we just did this introductory scenario in under an hour.
Yeah.
I'm of mixed feelings. I feel like a bigger scenario that might be on because we essentially played on half a board, that might be on a full board and have more going on. It would surely be longer, but also the luck would like feel more like it evens out. I feel like if you're doing 10 combats on your turn instead of 3, right,
Yeah.
you're just more likely to kind of feel like, well, I won some, I lost some.
That's probably
Instead
true.
of, I ran into a brick wall.
Yeah, and I can imagine that those most of the chapters are 3 turns anyway, but
Right.
even the 5-turn games, I can imagine being about this length, because we spent a good amount of time looking at the rules.
Oh yeah, if we were to play this again right now, I think it would be under 30 minutes.
Yeah,
for
I
this
agree.
scenario.
For this scenario,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, so
And-
I can see that
Yeah.
60-ish minute
Right.
playtime actually being true a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think there's
At least for 2
good,
players.
I mean, it's hard to say, but I've looked through. So, I mean, just to end this stream, we can talk about it briefly. The advanced game adds heroes, which have special abilities and are generally speaking casters, and it adds spells, both a general spell deck that any player can just draw from and play with, and your special spells, which are suited to your faction. And I think you just have a default hand size of 3 or something. So you'll always have cards that you can just play on your turn or hold and save. And I think that will add some strategy feeling
For
to
sure.
it.
Yeah.
And then in addition to that, there are these sort of like dangerous locations that you can attack a very strong monster in. And if you win, you'll get a treasure. And so you can sort of like loot and
There's
build
essentially
up a
like
tableau.
side quests, and
Yeah.
which I feel like that makes it feel a little bit more like the fantasy game that it is branded as.
Sure.
Right.
I agree.
Right now, I didn't really feel like I had that much of a fantasy. This could have been, infantry and tanks, and
Sure.
played exactly the same so far. But yeah, when you're going off on side quests to the Sunken Temple to try to get a magic, item out of there, like that
Right.
starts to deliver on the
and
fantasy
and
aspect of
casting
it a little
spells
more.
and
Right.
stuff like that.
Right.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that'll be there. And then again, there's 6 different factions that have a variety of different rules, and I think these are probably the 2 most basic because they're the 2 you start with.
I would expect that they put what they consider to be the most basic ones into the intro scenario. Yeah,
Right.
that would make sense.
So there's the Army of the Night, there's the Goblins, there's what you just
I like
as.
the Oathborn, the Fjordland. They all have their flowery fantasy names, and then I guess goblins are a fantasy name, but less flowery. Oh, and the orcs. There's just the orcs and the goblins.
And then there's also the Eastern Empire. So we're playing on the eastern portion of the map. I
Right.
think,
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to say for sure, but I'm guessing that perhaps this. Oh no, it says this is an Army of the Night location. So actually, the Eastern Empire is not on this map, which is interesting. But the Eastern Empire is this faction that I think can collapse. In fact, I think all of these factions can collapse.
Oh,
in
they have a
theory.
collapse side of their. Does that just happen if you have no settlements, or
I don't know
any
how
idea?
that happens,
Yeah.
but it does do something. And then finally, every turn has its own little magic phase here,
Right.
which is in the advanced game. So there's a bunch of other stuff that might make it more thematic. But I had a good time. It was simple as dice rolly.
Yeah.
It was cute.
Yeah, I'd like to learn the advanced game. I definitely feel like if this was the entirety of what the game had to offer, I would probably never need to play it again. But I had a good enough time that I would like to try
Yeah.
a couple more scenarios with the full rules.
I would say that even if this were the full game, I would play it once with each faction because I do think the different units will add more. And I think these factions have generally basic units, and the
Sure.
units get more interesting in some of the other factions.
I guess
So
it
would
seemed like
try
there were
those.
just like 4 or 5 keywords, and that like I realized the heroes have cards that define their special abilities at times, right? But it seemed like we saw most of the keywords at play here.
Yeah, I guess we just didn't see flying really, but you're right. I guess that's right. So maybe not. Maybe I wouldn't. But I would definitely think the advanced game is worth trying.
Totally.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Cool. Thanks
Thanks
for the
for trying
teach.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a sleepy little stream, but if you happened to watch or are watching on archive, thank you. There's a like button you can hit and a subscribe button if you haven't hit that. That helps us out. Jordan is a regular on the Game Brain podcast. If you want to hear more of him, are you going to talk about Burning Banners on there? Probably. You probably play it more.
Probably a few more games before
yeah.
I talk about it. But yeah, maybe if we persist and keep playing it, then I'll talk about it eventually.
And you always on Game Brain you play games with the other hosts pretty much if you're going to talk about them on that show, right?
Not necessarily. I would say that usually at the beginning of each show, there's a portion where people just talk about what they've played recently, and that may or may not go with the hosts. Yeah. And then towards the end of the show, there's usually an in-depth review of a game. And at that review, all of the hosts who are on the episode will generally have played that game a few times at least. But maybe or maybe not with each other.
Okay.
Though often with each other because we're trying to get those plays in to get the review out.
And they're mostly local.
And
we're in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
everyone's here. Yeah.
And if you're interested in what our upcoming coverage will be, I mean, there's no specific plans yet, but I'm guessing there's going to be some extensive ARCs coverage coming.
I know you're planning on a lot of extensive ARCs planning.
As are you.
So that's true.
Starting
we're playing tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll play it live or if we'll just record it, but the plan is to play some.
Yeah, I'm very excited. ARCs is very good.
So I'm told. Yeah. Okay. I will probably try to at least watch, assuming that there are how to play videos out there, I'll probably try to come in with knowing the basics from that. Right now, I have still paid very little, other than constantly having to hear about how much you and Drew love it. I've paid very little attention to it.
Yeah, there is well, we can talk about stuff stream, but there are some videos that I can recommend and not recommend.
Oh, okay.
Excellent.
I was gonna say you could recommend them here, but sure, if we're gonna shit on other content creators, then maybe we'll save that for when we sign off. So speaking of signing off, bye. I don't do the optimal play thing usually for a stream, but I do have to sit here for 10 seconds before I cut it off. Otherwise, it cuts it off for me.